Question number 6, Sue Bradford.
Mr. Speaker.
Order. I've called Sue Bradford.
Mr. Speaker, my question is to the Minister for Social Development and Employment. Can she guarantee that access to benefits and allowances will not be reduced in this term of government?
The Hon Paula Bennett.
Mr. Speaker, yes, our commitment is to preserve core benefits. Access to allowances, however, does change. As the member knows, we made changes to the TIA at the last budget.
Sue Bradford.
Which allowances then is the Minister planning to cut and when?
The Hon Paula Bennett.
Mr. Speaker, there's no plans at this stage to cut any of the allowances, but as I say, they change all the time. We added the restart package in December last year. We did make changes to training incentive allowance through the budget. It's all quite open and upfront.
Sue Bradford.
Does she agree with the Prime Minister in remarks a couple of weeks ago that restricting the independent youth benefit is an option, despite the fact that this is already a benefit of last resort to help a very small number of 16 and 17-year-olds who need to survive without family support, and the only alternative for them is things like begging, crime and prostitution?
The Hon Paula
Mr.
Bennett.
Speaker, what we're looking at with the independent youth benefit is actually making sure there's restrictions that they are in employment, work or upskilling. So those changes to the IYB are around that. So actually the percentage of them already are in employment and are already in education. So we're not cutting the benefit from them. We know that it's a benefit that they need. So it's more about the changes of insisting that they be in some sort of education, employment or upskilling.
Katrina Shanks.
Mr. Speaker, supplementary to the Minister. What reports has the Minister seen that suggest changes to welfare?
The Hon Paula Bennett.
Mr. Speaker, I have seen reports that suggest the government ought to provide welfare for pretty much everyone, including those that are wealthy and millionaires. The big idea from Labor on the report I've seen is to put thousands of middle-class people on benefits, which is quite frankly impractical, unaffordable and unfair. But yet another case of Visanomics. We've seen opposition member Annette King contemplating to extend the in-work tax credit to beneficiaries at a cost of around $450 million. Quite frankly, they want people on welfare, we want them in jobs.
The Honourable Annette King. Order. I've called the Honourable Annette King.
Supplementary question, Mr. Speaker. Why should New Zealanders trust her to uphold promises to leave benefit entitlements alone when she's already broken a number of election promises, putting them in the too hard basket, including increasing the abatement level from $80 to $100, which would encourage more beneficiaries into part-time work, and not passing a law to adjust benefits by the CPI each year, as promised in their policy?
Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr. Speaker, we're absolutely standing by our promises. We've said we'll do it before the next election, and that's what we'll do. It's called being honest. It's a bit of a...
Sue Bradford.
What is the goal of the Minister's audit of emergency special needs grants, and is she planning to limit or restrict access to SNGs?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr. Speaker, in all fairness, there's not an audit going on special needs grants. That's what the paper said, but it's not actually what we've said. Never said that there's been an audit going on special need grants. What we are doing, though, is we're constantly reviewing them. As the members are aware, we've got more people on the special needs grants now than ever before because of the doubling last year of the access to them. There's no plans on cutting their access, particularly to food, which we know is vitally important to those that need it.
Sue Bradford.
Will the Minister be ensuring that the limited service volunteers program for young people remains voluntary, or will work and income attempt to force young people onto it, as has happened in the past?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr. Speaker, it won't be compulsory, but we will be suggesting that young people that are on the unemployment benefit look at options that are available to them. There is now currently work testing requirements for them. The limited services volunteers is going to just be one other element of options for young people on the benefit.
The Honourable Annette King.
Good option too. Can the Minister tell the House, is there an audit of 50 beneficiaries taking place, as the Prime Minister said on television this week, or is she correct in saying there isn't an audit? Which one is it?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr Speaker, the member might have liked to have listened. That was an audit around special need grants that the member and I were just talking about. We were actually talking about special need grants. You're now asking, is there an audit going to be happening on the 50 top? And I can tell you that yes, we are looking at the top beneficiaries that get the most amount of money, have been for